Hello, you guys. How are you all? Thank you guys for being here. Oh my gosh, I've missed you. I don't even know what to start with. We're just gonna hang out tonight. I have a lot of true crime stuff I do want to talk about, but not in any particular order. I just want to hang out with you guys. So I said I was gonna go live at the beach, and I couldn't bring myself to do it. I was trying to be in the moment, every moment, and time flies like when you're on vacation. So I didn't. I did. If you missed it last night, I was on Jen's channel with her as a guest. And I did go on panel on Deets yesterday, which we are going to talk just briefly about that. But yeah, so I've missed you guys, and I hope that you're doing well. Let me say hello to you. Hey, Grandma Cece. Hey, Criminality. Good to see you. Thank you, Riley. Good to see you. Hey, Noodle. Hey, Roberta, Adrian, Hippie Chick, Kathy R. Thank you. Hey, B Crumbs, Kim, Neat Noodle. I'm going to start doubling up already. Roberta, Trio Girl Mom, Kathy R. Hey, Jennifer. Hey, Natasha. Hey, Shelly Beans. Hey, Megan. Roberta. Let me see. Hey, Bendy. There you are. You guys. I don't know. I have not been home long, but I had to schedule a lab so I could get on here and talk to you guys about some things, about everything, just to talk with you. We had fun, but man, today has been a long day because we checked out of our beach house at 10 a.m. and I seriously just got home like an hour and 20 or 30 minutes ago. So yeah, but we stopped so many places along the way. It was actually really fun. We did a lot of shopping. My cousin's little girl is about to come spend a week with me, so I had to get her some beachy things to surprise her. Hopefully she doesn't listen to this, but no. So yeah, it's been a long day, but I had to come and hang out with you guys for a little bit. And anybody I miss saying hello to, I'm like kind of nervous. I don't even know how to do this anymore. Hey, Harlot. Hey, Caleb. Claus. Steph B. Good to see you. Hey, Richie. Good to see you, Richie. It's been a while. I hope you're doing okay. Okay, so before we get started, first of all, yesterday, Jen and I did another episode of the June calls with Tisha, and we are still waiting. When I was at the beach, I actually sent an email to Rachel to find out when we were going to get the rest of the calls that we've ordered and paid for. And Jen and I sent an email, and she said, we're working on it right now. We're so sorry it's taken so long. So that should be coming soon. I was going to do I think I'll just try to do it with you guys and Jen before we start those calls, try to show you what was happening in the case at that time, because these calls jump ahead quite a long time. And it's at the point where, like we've told you guys, Tisha pleads guilty by reason of insanity, and it's all over the news. So that's one thing that I did this week as far as YouTube goes. Also, I was on Deet's channel, and I hope that you guys, if you haven't watched it, you should definitely watch both of these. Let me put the links in here. And let's see. Hey, Melissa. Melissa was up there with us as well. We had an important conversation. I don't know. True crime is just, it's not really been I don't know what it is to me anymore, but I know that I'm going to have to just stop. I have to stop focusing on the things that are hard to see and that I disagree with, and just try to move in my own direction, because, it can just be really frustrating and depressing to watch some of the things happening right now. And that's kind of what we were talking about over there. So I don't even know what direction I'm going to go in. I mean, I do know to a degree, but not fully. But I know that I have to stop paying attention to that. It's really unfortunate. I wish people cared more about the facts and, instead of just the drama surrounding a case. But, it is what it is. So can you give us a mini recap of what happened on Deets, Hey Roro, or at the beach, or or with Tisha, or what? I wanted to go back to the way it was. Yeah. Hey, Crown Watch Lover. Hey, Kathy. I had to walk away too, Allie. It was getting to be too much. Deets Live. Okay, so it was basically about just how there used to be like this section of the community that was all about not attacking the parents, not accusing people, even if they look sketchy. Because like Dawn and Candace aren't the most, that's just an example I have, but they're not the most, pristine people, and they might be unlikable to some people or whatever. But a long time ago, a lot of people would say, a lot of the people that we see kind of angry with Seth and stuff, saying not to accuse Dawn and Candace just because you don't like them or whatever. I get that. Seth, Chris, Katie, it was all surrounding Sebastian's case kind of, but it was more about just in general, the way that things have kind of turned. And at first, it was a lot of people bashing Chris and Katie, and now it's kind of switched, and there's just so much bashing of Seth and accusations, which I've heard it too. By the way, I made a post. This is crazy to me because I've listened to people who are covering this case, and I'll hear them say things like, there's no way they've been to the house more than a couple times. I don't believe that. I need to see proof. It took me like 5 minutes of researching to find that someone who works emergency response in Sumner County said, yes, they've been to the house at least 10 times. He did an interview. It's on my community tab, the link. But, it just was all about how it's kind of went downhill. You have accusations on all sides. No one anymore is really standing up and saying, let's just wait. It's just gotten kind of crazy as far as some of these open cases go. And it's not even there's no information. You know what I mean? It's just basically all the drama surrounding Sebastian being missing. I'm so sorry that he's not been found yet. It breaks my heart, but there are so many other things that are happening that could use attention. But instead, I don't know. It just seems like it's hit an all-time low. So her live was just all about that. She had creators come up, different people that were kind of speaking on it. It was really interesting. Then her live went into, it was more of that, but with some things that Betty had specifically said, like regarding Deets. And then it went into Karen Reed, which I want to talk about in a second. So yeah. Hey, Roro. Hey, Lucia. I love when Neat puts that. There's a trial coming up here in the Floridas that has my interest piqued. The defendant has the same name as Deadpool. Oh, they don't care about doing any research. They just want to judge and attack. In my opinion, it's disgusting. Harlot, it took me. Literally, I was like sitting in the bed, about to go to bed after the full day at the beach. And I Google like searching Sebastian's parents' home or something. And an article comes up where someone who works with emergency services says, like in black and white, clearly it's been searched at least 10 times. It just, people don't actually even care about the facts. It's really sad. And it used to be this way, like more in the drama, like true crime mixed with drama. I would think things like, damn, it's like the truth doesn't even matter. But it's starting to like leak over into the cases a little bit. So that's what it was all about. But if you missed it, check it out. And tomorrow night, I'm going to have Deets on for an interview. I'm really excited. I'm starting a second series to my, or a second season, if you will, to a series I did a long time ago called A Conversation With. And many of my friends I've interviewed, some I haven't. And it was all about interviewing creators, talking about how they got here, what cases they've covered, what else they've covered, their experience on YouTube, all of that. It's really fun. And I think I know I'm going to start that series again and kind of do some of that. I'm all over the place, y'all. I don't even know how to stream anymore. Sebastian's case on social media reminds me of the Summer Wells case. Yeah, it does. And when does it stop? You know what I mean? It's like, because like I guess Summers has slowed down now that there's another one like that for people to latch onto, but when does it stop? When is enough? When is it? Hell, if there was some facts released, I would report those. If there was a press conference or something, I would maybe talk about that, but there's nothing like that to talk about. And I get it brings the numbers. I understand that as a YouTuber, we all want people to watch our stuff, but for me, it's just not worth it. Like, I don't want to get people watching me that way, So it is what it is. Okay, let's see. Hey, Amber. Oh, also, I think Monday I'm going to have Amber on to talk about a new arrest out in Oregon with the potential, which I won't even say potential, but back then we covered it and talked about it as a potential serial killer out in Oregon, and we know that that is true. So I can't wait for you to come on, Amber. Yeah, I'm excited for that. Hey, con artist. I'm all over the place. I'm sorry, you guys. Okay, so also a couple other things like I saved for us to talk about. I believe Sebastian is in water somewhere. Oh, God. I don't know, man. I just hope that he's found soon because, yeah. I mean, I would love to say that I hope he's alive. It's been a long time now, though. But could people, I don't know, could people be helping him or looking out for him or whatever? I guess it's possible. But yeah, it's been a long time now. It's really sad to think about. It makes me think something we're going to talk about tonight. So some things were released as far as Gabby Petito and Brian Laundrie goes. And I want to play a little bit of that. I still can't help but wonder sometimes, like, what if his parents, like, got him out of here and made, I don't know. I think it's just like definitely not true, but you can't help but wonder. Obviously, I know he was found and all of that stuff, but. Hey, Lacey, and it could be a Sophie Long thing. Yeah. It will be. I'm so excited, Amber. Hold on, you guys. I gotta have a drink. Okay. So sorry. Now, let's see. Another thing. I couldn't watch Karen Read trial very closely while I was at the beach, but I did see some of it. Like, I watched the morning, the woman with the short blonde hair was testifying about Karen's light, which I need to go back. I want to go back and watch closely because I just watched for maybe like 45 minutes or something of that. And Dietz put out a video I thought was really interesting. So apparently there's 3 minutes missing, hey Tiff, in the footage when her car makes it to the police station. Hey, Queen Bella. And I have to say, like, anybody who thinks that Karen Read is completely guilty, like, does that not just, like, set off alarm bells? I don't even know all the details around that because being at the beach, but I saw Deet's video. I'm going to pull it up. I have it right here because it's pretty short. But it's like, you see this and I don't know. Also, I have to send this to Amber. And once I get it to her, then we'll talk about it here. But I did a request for Chris Watts stuff at the prison that he's at in Wisconsin from the Department of Corrections. And I did get back his, not a lot, but I got his visitor's log, every video visit he's had, contact visit, all that. So I think that's really interesting. And we might talk about that sometime in the future. But hey, Amanda. Okay. So here is the video I was talking about. Let me just play it because I think she talks at the beginning and kind of explains, and it's only like a minute long. So hold on.
I was watching the trial today. I noticed something a little off with this video footage. Now, I noticed it when they played it before the jury was in the room. Remember, they took the jury out, showed the video in its entirety, and then Lolly walked through it with the detective. So I'm going to let this play, just this short little clip that I took at first. Then when I played through the portion where the detective is speaking, I noticed some even more weird stuff happening. I'm sure there's other really interesting things in this video, but what I want you to pay close attention to is the time. They have just wrapped the police tape around the vehicle. They're all kind of gathered there at the back end. It's 43:50. Pay close attention to what happens right after it turns 44. At 5:44, one individual returns to the rear of the vehicle, looks down. There's a slight glitch in the video, and then boom, the timestamp jumps to 5:46:48.
What?
I slowed it down to half speed so you could watch the time change better. What do you guys think happens in that almost 3-minute glitch?
Is that not insane? And another thing, which I do have a photo of in our thing, Will went to trial one day last week. Let me show you. This was actually another post that Dietz had made. Of Will, from the glare, which actually, let me go ahead and drop his link in the chat. And I think he did a live about, what that was like, what that experience was like, which I haven't got to see yet, but it'll be very interesting. Maybe it's glare. I don't know the tag. There we go. Also, did I drop Amber's link when I mentioned her channel? Yes. Okay. Or right after. It's the mirrored video for me. What in the world what's an explanation for this? As a pretend juror, I have questions. What in the world? How could this? I don't know, man. Because there are times when you're like, wait, maybe it was like an accident and she did it. And I don't know, just sometimes I'm watching, including like during some of the coverage I've seen of this, some of the news coverage, like I've seen of the summaries of this week's events, I can't help but wonder sometimes, maybe she did do it and it was an accident or whatever. But what would be the reason for almost 3 minutes, not quite 3 minutes, like 42 minutes and 45 seconds? I don't know, man. It's a problem. Let me go back to that just one more time, and I'll go past where she explains it so beautifully. So let me just go back to where she does.
When I was watching the trial today, I noticed something a little off with this video footage. Now, I noticed it when they played it before the jury was in the room. Remember, they took the jury out, showed the video in its entirety, and then Lolly walked through it with the detective. So I'm going to let this play, just this short little clip that I took at first. Then when I played through the portion where the detective is speaking, I noticed some even more weird stuff happening. I'm sure there's other really interesting things in this video, but what I want you to pay close attention to is the time. They have just wrapped the police tape around the vehicle. They're all kind of gathered there at the back end. It's 43:50. Pay close attention to what happens right after it turns 44. At 5:44, one individual returns to the rear of the vehicle, looks down. There's a slight glitch in the video, and then boom, the timestamp jumps.
Like, what? I don't know, man. Right when they're at the back of the car, I'm sorry. I have major issues. Like Jen said, as a pretend juror, this is a freaking problem. Hey, AMAC talking smack. So yeah, now I got a question. How many of you guys followed Gabby Petito's case? Because I remember, I felt like at the time the whole world was watching, truly. And there were some more evidence. There was some more evidence that was recently released, and it kind of blew my mind. So it's been a few days since I've watched the video, but there were some things in his journal where he's writing things like die, 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 or very concerning things. I'm just going to play Ashley Banfield, the video that I watched. There was a couple videos that I watched, but this particular one, and we're going to talk about it along the way. Let me see here. Then I do have a couple other little cases I want to touch on. But this was so interesting to me. And I know that so many people, there's so many cases and things that have happened since then. And I don't know how many of you guys actually followed this or are even interested in it, but I really want to talk to you about this for a few minutes. It is like a longer video, 12 minutes. So we'll make it for a little while at least. Hey, Tony. Hey, Nurse Kristen. I have missed you guys. AMAC talking smack. Thanks for being a member for 1 month. One Who Sees, thank you for being a member for 11 months. That's freaking crazy. It's been a long time you've been a member, and been a long time since I've been on here. And Claus, thank you for being a member for 14 minutes. Baby, come back. Thank you. I'm glad that you're here, and thank you so much. And then Starlight Angel, thank you for joining. I think you're rejoining, but either way, thank you. I appreciate you guys so much. Okay, so let's listen to this. Let me do a poll, actually, because I want to see how many of you guys followed this in real time. At the time, it felt like the whole world was watching. This was when I was actually introduced to Bullhorn Betty, JLR. Remember the guy that left the house that people thought was Brian Laundrie? And yeah, since then, I mean, laws have been changed based on some of the things that happened at this time, based on the protesting and, all that stuff. In Florida, you can't protest in a residential area anymore because of the chaos that they caused, which I will never forget, kind of watching and following along. So I'm going to put a poll in the chat to see how many people followed this closely. Oh, also, I know there was new body cam footage of Stefan Stearns. I mean, to me, there's not too much to see, but if you watched it, put in the chat what you thought about it. Let me see here. Did you follow along with the Gabby Petito case? Now, I'm going to put an option for no, but I watched about it afterwards. No, but I did learn about it after, just to see how many people even know about it or don't know about it at all. Okay. It's really awesome, though, what her family has went on to do. They I think that they've tried to take what happened to their daughter and make a difference in a positive way. And, I mean, damn, I'd be a mess if I were them. So I got to give them credit for that. It's awesome. Do you mean there wasn't a bunker under the garden? No, there was not. The hand, that mirrored video did it for me. I was watching the whole time. I remember his mom leaving the house and everyone thought it was Brian. Oh, I bet you, I can't imagine how glued I would have been to it, Bindi, if I lived in Florida. Because, when there's a case near you, you can't help but you can't help but pay close attention. But yeah, they put him under the flower bed. I'm really curious. I definitely did. How many people, did I say 14 minutes? I meant 14 months. How many people, are with the conspiracy at all that Brian Laundrie didn't pass away out in the reserves? Big crumbs. I am so happy to see you guys, all of you. It just makes me so happy. Thank you for being here. I followed the case, but not the protest/drama. So I followed the protest some, but that is because I was watching the house. I was just so in it. I don't know. It's like people were waiting for a response from them. Remember, they even protested at his sister's house. She came out and talked to him. It was freaking crazy. I can't believe, did I say 14 minutes? I'm sorry. 14 months. A similar case happened here at the same time. Ooh. Y'all, I'm losing it. I'm just so excited to be here with you guys. And yeah, it's just, crazy. Oh my God, you guys. I got a freaking ticket on my way home today. I got to say it quietly because I don't want anybody to know yet. And get this, literally 5 minutes before I got it, my mom texted me and was like, drive safe. Drive the speed limit. There's a lot of speed traps. And I was like, okay. And then boom. I love you, Amber, and all you guys. Hey, Music City Mom. Yeah, Gabby was from Long Island. Brian just walked out of a 24-hour surveillance of cops. Now, wait, I don't want to forget this. So before we get into this, which we're going to do, let's see the poll. 86% of you guys did follow it. So this will be interesting to you. And then 6% learned about it after, which is really cool. And if you didn't, I don't even know how I could put it into words quickly, but it was absolutely horrific. A beautiful young woman. Her life was taken way too early by her boyfriend. And I almost said abusive boyfriend. I don't know what their relationship was like exactly. He was absolutely abusive, but it was a toxic relationship. And there was body cam footage of this interaction they had not long, right before he took her life, where, you know, they were getting physical with each other, and it was just absolutely horrific. And then he drove her van back across the country and shows up at home with no Gabby, but with her van, which obviously, you know, red flags. Like, I remember when I first heard about that, I was like, yeah, okay, buddy, that makes no sense. Your girlfriend is lost out in Wyoming, and you're just like, bring her car home. No, not happening. Okay, so just wanted to show you really quickly a couple things. First, I was late because this was in my yard, and we're going to get into the Brian Laundrie video. But this mommy duck with her babies, I mean, how cute. And then I wanted to take a second just to mention my friend Nay and her website. So Nay makes wax melts, and they are just so good. They truly are, and they're priced really fairly. I think that she could charge a lot more for all the effort that she puts in. Every package is personalized. This one, look at this, you guys. I had to show you. It has like, it looks like my emoji with the lips with the cigarette and the mushrooms, and I don't know. I love her. I think that she does a really great job, and she puts a ton of effort into it. And I just appreciate you so much, Nay. So if you like wax melts, or even if you don't, maybe try it out. Definitely use the code because it will get you 20% off. And yeah. Okay. Now, let's go back to this Brian Laundrie video, and I'm just going to press play. We're going to watch.
Here, Gabby Petito would have turned 25 years old this March. March 19th was her birthday. But her exuberant young life instead took a tragic series of turns, and she died at the hands of her boyfriend, the man that she was planning to marry. Brian Laundrie is that killer. He murdered Gabby, and he left her body in a national forest in Wyoming. That was August of 2021, when Gabby was just 22. And we know Brian was guilty because of the evidence, circumstantial and otherwise, but mainly because he admitted it, writing a detailed confession in a notebook as law enforcement was closing in on him. But then he disappointed a lot of us by denying a murder trial.
His confession, it was a fucking joke. It was absolutely disgusting. I'm sorry. I'm already feeling the rage inside. It was excuses. It was basically Gabby fell and she was really hurt, and I thought it was the humane thing to do, put her out of her misery. It was not a confession. It was bullshit. Sorry.
And denying justice. Laundrie killed himself in that nature preserve near his Florida home. And since then, the FBI has periodically shared with the public some pieces of their investigation. And today, they released some truly jaw-dropping items collected in the Laundrie home in Florida. This is one of them that was made public today for the first time. A full-page drawing by Laundrie, a skull, and the words "kill" over and over again, along with the words "trust no one."
Like, I don't know. I find this so interesting, you guys. The kill, trust no one. And remember, there was talk from some of their friends, and you know, that he was sick. I don't know. I don't want to speak wrongly, and speak falsely or whatever the hell. It's been a long time, but I do remember talks about him having psychological issues, potentially hearing voices. You guys in the chat, help me out, because I don't remember exactly, but I do remember there was a question if he was mentally okay.
Investigators also recovered brass knuckles and hundreds of bullets with a crossbow that had a scope attached to it. There is a copy of the novel Choke. That's about a man that pretends to almost die and then takes advantage of the people who save him. And there are several more books that were hollowed out, apparently to use them as hiding spots. But the most chilling evidence from the grab bag that was released today are words from Laundrie himself, reportedly written in the months before he and Gabby even started dating officially. He writes this: "About a year ago, I went into a type of mania where I was smashing holes in the wall with my head, kicking through paintings, tearing whatever."
Hold on a minute, you guys, because I gotta do a spoiler. Wrestling out, I remember something about alligator wrestling. Let me just let it play because like it's been a few days since I watched this, but this just, I cannot believe that.
I was working on, pouring gasoline on myself to burn alive, but getting the lighter wet, parking out in Murderland and listening to Mac DeMarco with a gun to my head, wrestling alligators. I wanted.
Hey, Deeds. Actually, I was just talking about you, and I need to.
I have to say,
do something. Sorry, I had to pull up my phone. Okay, yeah, I had already done it. This was. So, Deeds, I saw this when I was at the beach, and I saved it because I had to watch it with you guys. This was just so interesting to me. But we played your video about the missing like couple minutes in the Karen Reed surveillance footage. I cannot get over that. And I talked about your live yesterday and the live we're going to do tomorrow, which I'm really excited. But okay, let me keep playing it. Sorry, you guys.
To die. And the weird thing is, nothing's changed, but the timer is running down. Over the weekend, I had that great pleasure of spending time with Gabby Petito's parents and step-parents at CrimeCon in Nashville and meeting her brother as well. And they are.
I have to pause just to say something. First, I want to say thank you so much, Nature Rocks, for being here for 6 months. And thank you for being part of this great community because you guys are what makes it so great. Truly, I believe that. So many of you guys are so educated and just so kind, so loving, so just awesome. You guys are what makes it such an awesome place. And the next thing I want to say is CrimeCon. So you hear here, she talked to some of the family at CrimeCon. And we're going to keep playing for a minute, but I just have to take this moment to say what happened this last week over the CrimeCon stuff with Seth. This is my issue with a lot of like what I talked about at the beginning for a second and what we talked about on Deets, which definitely watched that live from yesterday. But first of all, victims, family members of missing and murdered people have always went to CrimeCon. That's nothing new. It's a place where they can, talk to other people that are going through what they're going through, find resources. It's always been a thing. It really has. And the way that it spun, the rumor that Seth was there and demanding money, I heard he was demanding money from Joe Petito, Gabby's dad, like for an interview. I just so wish that people cared more about fact checking and making sure that things were accurate before you mention it at all. Even if you mention it like this is a rumor, but I don't know if it's true. I just seeing the way that spun, it was so disappointing because it's like, dude, are we not the true crime community? The word true is literally like in the name of it. Should things not be like true? Should we not deal with facts? I don't know. It's just frustrating, but okay, let me stop. I'm gonna keep watching.
Enough to join me now live. Gabby Petito's mother, Nicole Schmidt, her father, Joe Petito, her stepmother, Tara Petito, and stepfather, Jim Schmidt. And we're also pleased to be joined by Gabby's brother, TJ Schmidt, for his first national interview since the tragedy happened.
Actually,
thank you, all of you. I'm so
he wasn't there
today, and it was really such a wonderful chance to get together over the weekend and spend some time. And I'm very thankful that we were able to talk and have a drink and just, see each other in a different environment than we're seeing each other now. But I do want to get your reaction. And Joe, I'll begin with you. This sort of incredibly strange and disturbing evidence that we learned from the FBI today. I understand it was new to you guys as well.
It was new. None of us have seen that before. And it was upsetting, but I guess it's pretty clear, at least in my opinion.
It was.
None of us have seen that before.
None of us have seen it before.
It was upsetting, but it's
unbelievable.
I guess it's pretty clear, at least in my opinion, or I would say our opinion, that Brian was probably having some type of mental health crisis and would have been positive to him to get that help.
Do you guys remember the talks about him having a mental health crisis before? And maybe it was like some of the books he had been reading. And one of Gabby's friends, I think, came forward and said, like, Gabby told me that he's like getting really bad. She called me on their trip, something like that. I do remember something like that. I just can't remember exactly.
Nicole, as Gabby's mom,
Oh,
as you look
Steph,
back,
thank
do you think
you.
that Brian was hiding those extraordinarily troubled thoughts?
Steph,
that
thank you so much for gifting those. That is so sweet, and I really appreciate it. And welcome you guys that got one. Thank you. We have some cute
difficult to
little
see red
emojis
flags in
here.
him?
Let me post some.
Absolutely. The Brian that we saw was not the things that we learned about today. That was the first time, like Joe said, that we seen that. Actually, when you just read it in the beginning of the show, that was the first time I heard those words, because earlier in the day when it came out, I didn't actually read it. But yeah, it's just hard to hear. I think there was definitely a mental health crisis going on there and could have been taken care of.
TJ, it was really nice meeting you. It feels like it was like only a few hours ago, but I think it might have been a little over like 24, 48 hours ago. I can't even count at this time. And you've been really behind the scenes. Very few people have heard from you since the tragedy of losing your sister. But you were front and center at the Gabby Petito Foundation booth at CrimeCon. You had a lot of people coming by your booth. I wanted to just get your feeling and your thoughts about what it was like to sort of come in contact, and this you with a volunteer was with you, but to come in contact with so many people who were at CrimeCon who, for lack of a better description, kind of wanted to share the love and let you know how much they support you and your family. What was that like, TJ?
Okay, so I'm going to share the link to this video. I do have a couple other things I want to talk about really quickly. Melissa, are you still here? Because I just realized something. So I saved this video. Let me pull it up the other day so I could show it, like, if I ever got the chance when I got back. And it's about a case that Melissa's going to be covering tomorrow. It's just like a 1-minute video. But let me show you, because I think maybe we'll watch it quickly. This way you guys get a good idea of kind of what's to come tomorrow. Let me see. So Wednesday, I saved these 2 videos: missing WSU grad possibly connected to father of missing 2-year-old girl. And then this one, 2 years since teen was killed in her apartment, no arrest. In the middle of the night on Wednesday, when I ran across him, just thinking maybe I could show him at some point. Tomorrow, we're going to get to hear, like, in detail about this case. So maybe we should watch it, and then it'll get us kind of looking forward to her stream tomorrow, which is at 3. So let me press play.
Missing WSU grad Nadia Cole. Pullman police say she could be connected to a missing 2-year-old girl and her father. Our Nicole Hernandez spoke with that toddler's mom, who wants, as she waits, rather, to hear for answers about where her daughter is.
These are the moments. 2-year-old Soraya Ong Harmon's mom is praying she gets back.
Oh my God, that's sweet, baby. Claus, thank you so much for gifting 5 memberships. That was really sweet. And thank you to everybody who got one. Hey, Naomi. Okay. Hey, Deb.
I would do anything for just 5 more minutes of that. Yeah.
Pullman police told Samara Harmon her daughter was missing yesterday.
I pretty much burst into hysterics right off the bat. I was just flooded with all of the emotions, all of the fear, all of the pain.
So look, here's a missing case. You know, we see so many people talking about the same cases, which I'm so glad that they get that love and that support and attention. But I really, really hope to see people supporting Melissa tomorrow when she covers this, because it's something new that needs the attention, you know, that kind of thing. I don't know. So I hope to see you guys over there.
Soraya has been missing since last Wednesday, making it 1 week now since Samara.
Yes, it's the mom, Natasha.
Hi. Good job. She is the definition of diva, but also the absolute sweetest person I've ever met. She's my very best.
There you are, Melissa. Look, I had saved this little video Wednesday to play, and I just put 2 and 2 together when I was pulling up to play it. It's a case you're going to be digging into tomorrow, which I think is perfect because, like I said, I really hope to see people over there supporting that because, yeah, I mean, I don't know. there's a lot of cases that really need attention and eyes on them. That's just
Soraya was last seen with her dad, Aaron Ong, heading out on a fishing trip to Montana. Pullman PD says missing WSU grad Nadia Cole could also be traveling with them. At this point, police have not said how the 3 disappearances are connected. Police on the west side say Nadia Cole was last seen leaving the SCA airport last week. Security footage shows her wearing a black North Face jacket, a green hoodie.
So, yeah, actually, the other video, I want to play that too in just a moment, but I want to read an article. But I'm going to leave that there. We're going to talk about it tomorrow on Melissa's. But just so you guys have a kind of idea of what's to come. Let me go back here. Now, this one Mayla's mom sent me and asked me to cover if I do a true crime news. So I thought, let's try to talk about it really quickly, or read the article, and go through kind of what's going on. Yeah, it's sad. The baby does seem happy, if that's what you mean. What an adorable baby. It's just so sad and scary. Can you imagine? And then there's this missing college student that could be, I don't know. It's confusing. So we'll learn about it tomorrow, but definitely hope to see you guys there. Okay, Lord, I please pray this will be a safe finding of this child to be reunited with her mother. I really hope so too. Okay, so now this one. Kentucky State Police are searching for an 8-month-old baby. Kentucky State Police sent out a notice Thursday night. They said they were called to conduct a welfare check on Maya Tucker in Ohio County, which is about 2 hours southwest of Louisville. She was last suspected to be in the care of her parents, Cage Rudd and Tesla Tucker. While investigating, they found her parents, but not her. Maya is described as having brown hair and green eyes. And here's her pretty face. So be on the lookout, but I'm I don't know, man. Her parents were both arrested and taken to the detention center. Tucker is charged with possession of a controlled substance, possession of drug paraphernalia, and abandonment of a minor. Rudd is facing 2 counts of possession of a controlled substance, paraphernalia, and abandonment of a minor. The state police are asking anyone with information regarding the missing child to contact Post at 270-826-3312. The release did not specify why this doesn't meet the requirements for an Amber Alert. Well, with an Amber Alert, it has to be, this is so unfortunate. With an Amber Alert, they have to believe it's an abduction. They have to have an idea of, usually a vehicle or something like that. And unfortunately, this child who's just been abandoned, doesn't fit the requirements. And that is just sad. It is. Hey, Crime Crochet and Coffee. I hope I didn't already say hi, and I'm doing it again. But please, dear God, let this baby be okay. Yeah, that's awful. So hard to look for babies. They change so fast. I'm really hoping that they sold her or something, even though that would be horrific. I mean, sometimes it's like, I don't know. It's the best you feel like you can hope for in these cases. Hey, Roxanne. She's 8 months old. Yeah, they probably did not have many photos of her. And that's, police asked for the most recent photo. Let me see if I can, hold on. Let me just look for something else. And then we're going to go over to Melissa. She has a live at 8 tonight. But I just wanted to come on quickly with you guys for a little bit and talk about all this. Individuals in missing baby investigation facing more charges. Let's see. I need to do a search for her name. Individuals in missing baby investigation facing more charges. Kentucky State Police have added more charges to the individuals arrested in a missing child investigation. The parents of 8-month-old Maya Tucker, Tesla Tucker, and Cage Rudd have been charged with additional charges, including first-degree trafficking of a controlled substance, methamphetamine, trafficking in legend drugs, trafficking in marijuana, first-degree child abuse, abandonment of a minor, engaging in an organized crime, and possession of paraphernalia. Okay. What evidence do they have for this first-degree child abuse? That is so concerning. Ricky Smith was charged with the same charges as well as possession of a handgun by a convicted felon, possession of a firearm by a convicted felon, and persistent felon offender. The investigation is ongoing by Kentucky State Police and requests anyone with information regarding Maya's whereabouts to contact 270-826-3312. It'd be very hard to see a baby and be like, that's her, especially if these are baby photos. She's 8 months old. You know how much a baby changes from when they're little like that to 8 months. Oh, Tess, thank you for being a member for 19 months. I love you too. Love this community. So thankful to be a part of it for 19 months. Oh, okay, Mayla's mom. I had texted you right before this to see. I don't know. Oh, yes. Awesome. No, but joined a Facebook group, found pictures of the baby the day she was born. Oh, my God. Mayla's mom also says, I feel like, God almighty, these might be the only photos. Let me put that one up. Damn, man. That's sad. What a beautiful child. Carol Clark, I don't believe so, but you know what? I don't know too much about it, honestly. Mayla's mom sent it to me yesterday or the day before, and I just read through it really quick and saved it so I could show it later. And then, yeah, so I need to do some more digging. I wonder when the last time she saw her was, or at least when they claimed the last time was. This is reminding me of Montgomery. Yeah, and the drugs and stuff too, you know. Hey, occasionally good Tara. This is the best community. You guys are the best. I don't think the baby lived to 8 months. I think the baby was neglected. All right, let me show you this other photo. How freaking sad. Man, I don't know. There's no shortage. Actually, before we leave, we're just about done. I want to jump off by 8, but before we go, I want to show you. We're just going to scroll Crime Online. I've already got it pulled up. There are so many cases that happen every day. I check over there pretty regularly. Sometimes every couple of days. I've checked on there multiple times in one day and seen like 10, 15 new posts in a day or new articles about new cases. So here's Maya when she was born. What a freaking beautiful baby, you guys. Just hurts my heart because there's so many people who would love to have this baby, who would give her the freaking world. Hey, Crystal. For it to be abandonment, it seems the police may know she was sold. I hope so, but I think it's because they found the parents and she was nowhere to be found. And God only knows what kind of evidence they've found on their phones and stuff since they've been arrested or in their belongings. Okay, her sister has 2 of them. Thank you, Mayla's mom. That's so sad. I'm always taking pictures. I know. Well, I think maybe tonight I'll try to dig into it some more. Like I said, tomorrow we have an interview with Dietz. I am so excited about that. And then the next day, Amber's coming on. And then to talk about what's happening out in Portland, Jesse Calhoun and all that. And then maybe sometime in those couple of days I can put out like a quick video with some things that I found. I also have to catch up on Karen Reed. I'm really excited to catch up to everything that I missed. So we have a lot to talk about. We're going to be busy. But okay, so let me show you. Crime Online, just randomly right now. I just loaded it right when the live was starting. So there could even be a new, here, let me reload it because to be honest, it happens that fast. There could be a new one at the top already. My brain, I just didn't even, I don't know. I don't know what I was doing. I didn't like memorize the title of the one before I refreshed it, so I can't even tell you. But let's just take a second to scroll through and kind of look at what's been going on. Westchester County, New York caseworker savagely beaten while attempting a home visit. New York cop charged with critically wounding driver with his service weapon in a road rage shooting. I seen this the other day. This kind of shocked me. So he's a cop. The incident happened, not recently, a couple months back, or, not yesterday, meaning recently as in like just now, and he was arrested immediately. He was not. The man didn't pass away, but he wasn't. I think was in critical condition. Okay, so disgraced Harvey Weinstein appeals California SA convictions. North Carolina woman gunned down an online marketplace sale gone bad. Online marketplace sale gone bad. How many times do you guys look at Facebook Marketplace? Please be careful. That freaks me out. Charges dismissed against dad and stepmom in 35-year-old murder of a 5-year-old boy. That's sad. I would like to know more about that. These are Nancy Grace's latest podcasts, so they're not necessarily current events right there. So let me keep going. We have a teen girl who vanished after brutal school assault found safe, but charges were filed against a 13-year-old. This is about what we're going to talk about Monday. Human remains at Pennsylvania killer's home, possibly missing girlfriend, recently convicted of wife's murder. So this guy's convicted of his wife's murder and has a missing girlfriend, and human remains have been found at his house. We have I can't even say that. 23-year-old plots stabbing death of boss's wife. New stuff with Long Island serial killer. There is a missing 12-year-old girl from Georgia. There's a $20,000 reward. Her name is Maria Gomez Perez. There's her pretty little face. So if you're in Georgia, remember that face. It's from Hall County Sheriff. So toddler found deceased in Las Vegas dumpster. Mom arrested for murder. Baby Amaya, mother avoids prison for disappearance, presumed death of 8-month-old daughter. Who killed Missy Beavers? State panel. I don't know. Let's keep going. South Carolina stepdad charged with essaying 9-year-old girl since she was 7. Wow. Okay, Stephen Stearns, you freak. That just infuriates the hell out of me. Here we have baby Maya, the 8-month-old from Kentucky. Graphic, teen girl seriously burned after childhood friends hurl acid in her face. Are you kidding me? Like, this is the shit that's happening. It's unbelievable how much of it's going on. 2 teens arrested for acid attack on another teen. So we have that same case. Now it is a death investigation. Dad charged with child abuse and murder of a 3-week-old missing newborn. Virginia woman on the run after her 3 roommates were found deceased. Shooting in a Hispanic-owned grocery store in Alabama. Mom tried to sacrifice taught son before drowning him in fountain and shooting. Wait, I've looked at that one before. I don't know if I've done it with you guys, or not. We have the missing case we just talked about. Darnell Taylor, cause of death release for Ohio boy killed by foster mother for eating in bed. He was killed for eating in bed. Parents blame 8-year-old for fatal illegal drug overdose. Says he knew not to touch daddy's medicines. Convicted sex offender claims 8-year-old girl he was witnessed assaulting enticed him. That's what this dude claims, okay? The 8-year-old he was, assaulting enticed him. It's her fault. Yes. Okay, so Missouri prosecutors have provided more details about what led up to a woman killing her 2 children last month. On May 28th, Ashley Parmalee, 36, walked in the police station and confessed to killing her 9-year-old daughter and 2-year-old son. A probable cause statement, which claimed she confessed to driving around the county before stopping on the side of the road and fatally shooting her daughter. She had both children in the car when she realized her son was still alive. She then drove to a resort in Jefferson County where she allegedly drowned the toddler in a pool of a water fountain. People reported that cops found her daughter with multiple gunshot wounds in the trunk of her car, while her son's body was discovered in the water fountain at the resort. According to WEAU, she told police that she tried to sacrifice her son before killing both of them. She allegedly also admitted to holding her son underwater for 4 to 5 minutes. She was initially charged with second-degree murder for her son slaying. However, the charge was later upgraded. She was also charged with first-degree murder for her daughter's shooting death. I cannot remember if we talked about this, but I had been looking at this prior to today. So that's just like a quick scroll through what's on the very front page of Crime Online, things that are happening right now. These articles, there are new ones coming every few minutes and new cases all the time. It's if you look up the number of kids that go missing, it's truly unbelievable. Yes, many of them come home, many of them are runaways, whatever, but there is so much of it happening that it's really great that some cases get attention, but a lot of other ones need it too. So anyways, I'm going to leave it there. That's why I hope to see you guys at Melissa's tomorrow afternoon, and I hope you will join me here tomorrow evening with Deets. I am so excited. I'm really looking forward to that. So, I know you mentioned it to me, but I don't know if you did publicly. I'll have to go back and look. My brain's all over the place. I'm so excited, Deets, for you to come. Just because I love those conversations, and I love talking to you anyway. But I was thinking about it today. I'm like, I can't get her on there and ask about, like, which perfumes. I have some things to show you, by the way, as far as that goes. But I can't get her on here and talk about perfume and candles and all the things. But I have a lot of things in my mind, and I'm going to write it down, things that I want us to go through. So I'm really looking forward to it. Thank you guys for being here and hanging out with me. I missed you guys, and I'm just happy to be back. And yeah, I hope to see you over at Melissa's. And let me drop all the links that I've mentioned once again. And thank you to the mods. I just appreciate you guys so much. Yeah, we can. Why not? And yeah, thank you for everything. And let's see, Bendy. Who did I get so far? Bendy, Melissa, Deeds. I know we talked about Amber and Teresa and Nays Melts. I'll keep dropping links after the live ends. Definitely check them out if you haven't yet. Thank you, everyone, for being here. I hope you guys have a lovely night, and I hope to see you at Melissa's and later wherever we might both all land together. So anyways, thanks for everything. And yeah, if I don't hit end stream, I'll sit here for like 20 more minutes and say bye, and that's not a good idea. So bye.